to paint you my complexity dream, you can see the odds are heavily favoring that of Outsiders. But if complexity were to, you know, match some of the outlandish statements they've been making, such as being 50-50 between that of Liquid, admittedly both of them are in the dumps right now here in Antwerp, so all they have to do is pick up a win and maybe they can.
Well, actually, Liquid haven't got no win,
true.
so complexity are doing a little bit better.
Currently they're better than Liquid, but we are going to be getting ourselves into this one, so strap in. This is do or die, Outsiders and complexity. Heading into a T-start, the defense of Outsiders and complexity looking to bring that fire with a bit of a B commit. You can see Util has been acquired, JT and Junior, rife with Util. Just going to be hiding out for now. It's going to be Junior with a Heaven Smoke. Current setup is actually 3 towards the A side of the map. Smoke will be up, and yeah, it's going to be full retake play. Kick it just allows them in, plays from that graffiti position, and the bomb is down. Shaves a lot of time off of that clock, and the rotate starting to take shape. That's a horrible goose straight across the jaw of Kick It. He's locked in by Grim.
Look at the long flank from YEKINDAR right now. It's taking a long time to get here. Bomb's almost halfway ticked.
Yeah, who's going to be that first to strike? You've got Flitz Flash. Might want to go off that. Jame takes another cursory glance. Nothing. Oh, YEKINDAR's been spotted. They know the flank is coming in, and already the Glocks connect. Kick It, Buster, Jame. I'm just doing a roster rundown of Outsiders here in the pistol because complexity looking to get the spotless. Not a point of damage, chat. Not a point of damage. A spotless pistol for the North American hopefuls.
And 3 for Grim, right? If Grim can step on up and play to that level that he once did in North American Counter-Strike in the realms of that tier 2 in NA, that's going to be fantastic. Him and Floppy could actually be quite the force to deal with. Right? And I think that these two individuals, if Fang can hit his stride, Junior just has to hit the odd op shot or 2, and then you get JT calling up a storm. Right? There is a chance for complexity. I know that they don't have a whole lot of shine around them. They're not getting much props at all. Definitely a lot of criticism around this team, but I think they can still turn around. I still feel it's quite early. They're quite young players.
Bingo. I mean, you know, when I was starting to hype up the boys from complexity, I think exactly the same sentiments shared by yourself. Oh my goodness, Floppy. Again, interrupts the dialogue because he has gone very early up short, shown presence, and there is a stack. Now, he didn't get to sniff out too much, just to jiggle out a Buster. So the information's not flowing for Cole as of yet. But he gets to kind of park the bus. We are going to be seeing some early util out of JT, so Flash, Smoke, they don't have to commit on this, but they are going to start taking a little bit of space.
He's not seeing anything at all here, right? He's getting away with a lot of room, a lot of space. And Jame is passive with this scout. So if JT gets past Jame here, they're into the site for free. Jame takes a warning shot or 2, tucks his head, tucks tail, and this is it. If JT just continues to push the issue here, flash on over. Jame will have to respect this. JT's in, site call clear. Only problems long. This is fantastic work. Bring the team over, boys.
You'd think so. And actually, YEKINDAR does eventually give it up. Floppy's been there for about 30 seconds. And it looks like it might be a second bite of the cherry for these CTs. Jame has joined them and seems to have just accepted that it is going to be a second attempt in the 3rd round. The only question mark was long. They've swept through it. Nothing to report. So yeah, the vibration's going to be flowing. Fang one to watch. Grim as well. As of yet to see them toppled.
Now, guys, if you want to quickly use these 40 seconds to run to the bathroom, maybe someone's knocking at the door with a food delivery, do it right now because we guarantee you nothing's going to happen. Outsiders want to hold on to all of these goodies here. Don't want to give anything over, want the double dip. And you could see that it was an all-in. If it was B, fine, everybody's here. If it was A, Jame was hoping to find a fight that was favorable for him. If he wasn't able to convert, this is exactly what happened. So the round conceded and quite a clean and easy start for complexity here. Yet to die on all 5. That's tidy. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, well, this is exactly how Outsiders like to start, you know?
Yeah, well, that was the same with the pistol round, right? I'm like, okay, well, I know what type of game we're in for. Everybody knows when you tune on in, and I like how Maui likes to frame it in the sense that, well, if it goes all 30 rounds, how can it not be an exciting game? Well, Maui, join us now. Come enjoy the early game, Maui.
As a case study begins of an early game with Outsiders versus Cole. But yeah, I mean, T-side overpass can be difficult if you start getting shut out and you start doing silly half buys, but this is the dream. You get the finances flowing.
Well, one of the keys here as well, Alex, and I was having a look and reflecting on this game earlier in the year with Outsiders Cole, is the fact that Cole won both pistols but only managed 8 rounds. So if you're Outsiders, you're not worried about conceding the pistol, you're not worried about conceding the second. You know that once it gets to the gun rounds, you have that edge.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Bookies agree. Analysts agree. Outsiders are the favorite. Fang has already taken Flit out. Big find And it was towards that fountain position, so that enables this bit of space to be taken. Toilet's going to be occupied now by that Complexity roster, and 3 CTs concerned about that B site.
Well, they're hoping to gamble again here, right? So with this opening kill, one of the things that you would... Oh, okay, never mind.
Still
it's happening.
gambling.
Yeah, I thought they were stacking on the B side, because one of the things, once you get that opening kill, you hope that it draws the player back. But take a look, JT's doing the same play previously. He's just luring them in. That lurks smoke, you can see drop front site, JT running on in, drawn out this rotation, and now they're completely over towards the A site as they just walk on and waltz into B. This just seems to be time and time again, Complexity making the right plays.
Yeah, they're actually just pulling them around the map. Really are playing up to the level of their opponent here. That's Floppy, that's Grim. Down and out, one more Deagle, and suddenly a problem. Junior needs to get out. He's got very, very little in the form of assistance. JT, 28 points of health and a Mac 10 boost. And Kit looking like it's a bit of a scarcity. So time on their side. If they can just not succumb to this boosted scout, Kicker could perhaps post another on that D. Double headshot out of him, though. JT still providing. Nice from Junior. It's all onto that low HP on JT, the in-game leader. If he could just knock him off the bomb. If he could just knock him off the bomb. Stabilizes, does hit the headshot, and we see 3. A hard-fought retake. Kicker gets a lot of credit, but just not enough. Not enough time, and not enough frags.
Man, that's crazy. They were out of position for so long there, but Kicker gets in with a lot of damage, and Jame as well rotating over, hitting multiple scout shots as they just team on out through that sandbag position. So really good work for Outsiders to make a costly round. They'll walk away with a Galil. That'll be dropped across. Flit will say thank you very much as Jame gets into the AWP. But Kicker here just on a swivel, 2 big headshots on the likes of Grim and Fang, unable to trade, and that right there could immediately have issues if Complexity don't convert around like this. Starting to look a little bit lighter in the finance department here. They can buy on in. The AWP is out on both sides, and aggressive here from YEKINDAR down towards Connector. Cutting sound, Squeaky blown off, smoke on the other side, and they're through.
Floppy's got his flight path set, and wow, you can see they are considering a stack nade. There's no one home. Jame elsewhere has won out that duel. This time Fang falls. He's going to be quite a persistent presence, is Jame, rotating around that map. This time strikes on long and moves back to site. Starting to comb the perimeter now with his partner. Jame set up for this frag. It's going to be very dangerous for Complexity if they do choose to commit here. Nice Molotov immediately confirms presence with the extinguish. And a gap in that. James not interested. But YEKINDAR, with the bait of the steps, they might not be so concerned. It's a headshot angle. YEKINDAR's crosshair's not quite on the money. JT opts for an off angle, and the pin. The pin.
Know now.
He knows now. YEKINDAR still gets the frag.
No.
JT asleep at the wheel. Ooh, could have been a 4v4. Instead, a 2-man advantage for Outsiders here in the first gunny. Floppy, trying to stay strong, stay vigilant, just the one. Leaves Junior, and an unwinnable round for him. 4 still up against him, and Outsiders, as per, looking very strong into the first gun round.
Yeah, it's Junior time, not Jame time, but same situation. The AWP going to be retained, or at least that's the hope. 19 seconds on the clock. Nobody's even close right now, and Junior just wants to get a chance to wield the AWP again in the following. Loss bonus is going to come on through. Floppy's going to be close enough to get himself a buy, and JT, of course. But Grim and Fang will be a little bit light on, so curious to see if they want to take a timeout immediately just to discuss their options. You can see the ramifications of losing so many bodies in that second anti-eco rounds here that cost them an awful lot, actually everything. And that is going to be Outsiders getting onto the board here in the early stages. 3-1, the score now reads. And this is where you're going to come into a couple of problems. Like Fang going down early, nobody could capitalize off that space. It's a long-range duel against an AWP. There was no one to trade. There was no real territory that they could take. And they are going to buy back in. So a Galil for JT, a Mac 10 for Grim. Everybody else has everything they possibly desire. Back in a few bits of nades here, there, and everywhere.
Okay, we're going to be seeing some CT aggressions here. They've caged them, kept them contained, and no one choosing to disrespect the flame.
That's the problem when they're a little bit lighter on with a buy like this. They can't go for that smoke extinguish. They will need it late for their finishes on towards the site.
Good grief, is there only one?
Yeah, it's not going to be the easiest of rounds here to manifest. They need to find a pick. And how are you going to do that when the likes of YEKINDAR are just patrolling? Now, this kid's aim is going to be seen to be believed.
You can see it's going to be kept quite simple, just contacting through the fading smoke. And Molly, perfectly timed. They have to clear the barrels. A kicker down. This is big. Good bit of momentum. Double frag in. 3 as Floppy puts a third and the icing on the cake. It's Jame and YEKINDAR so disconnected. It all happens in such a flash that they're just unwilling to go for the retake. We will see a response from Complexity immediately.
Really nice timing on that, wasn't it? You could see that they were actually running in with the utility. There's so many different ways that you can opt to execute here. You can do a set piece and you can wait for all the pieces of utility to land before you run on in. You can run on in with it.
You were probably competing when I remember the quote-unquote, you're going to laugh at me, meta shift, where people started playing ahead of the util.
Sure.
Do you remember, like, what was it, 2015, where suddenly everyone's like throwing smokes and already being there as opposed to waiting for the full exec?
Yeah, I remember having a chat with Sean Gares about this, and the way that he described it, taking advantage of teams who on the CT side were playing a smoke molly defense. So once they would see your utility, they would respond with utility of their own.
People with
exactly right, a molly or a smoke in their hand, so you could catch them off of those timings right there. And it was almost that case, right? It was almost that case that you saw actually moving as one with the utility and using that to get themselves the room and the space that they needed to convert their fourth. So this is good from Complexity now. It's great early signs, right? It just depends on how long this can trend through. And we've already stated outsiders are never out of a game. So I think until Complexity are on 16, outsiders are in the game.
Fine. I agree. But what I will say is incredibly good signs of life. Not only do we see them winning pistols and converting, but Complexity just had one smoke and committed early and converted against a fully bought up outsiders. More of that required.
Yeah, if you can pull off moves like, oh, wow.
Yeah, that's fast. Fang gets one right to the thigh, forced to limp for the rest of this round, lives on. Short control. It's not been hard for Floppy to take it. It seems to be given away for free. How often do we... Oh, never mind. Jame again strikes on long. It seems like either Grim or Fang have it in their flight path to take long and not expecting that AWPing presence so persistently there.
JT's up with a bit of room of his own.
Yeah,
He's got Floppy alongside. They're just walking in. This position from Kick It, though, hard to clear.
He's got a lot of opportunity, and he'll take them both. Junior and Fang left alone, and that was an easy execution of that short swing. Good angles for it.
Might want to have a conversation about this long play as well and say, boys, if we're going to play long at all with a jiggle, with a jump, let's either have multiple bodies to try and trade, use an extra flash or two, maybe take front bathroom control first, because that's 2 times that James just got away with an absolute freebie there, and James is no slouch. Like, you don't, this is not an AWP you're going to walk past.
Yeah, but they're also very smart players, right? So if Floppy keeps getting short for free,
true,
does that not imply that they're playing a watch the boost passively from jail or from back sight?
Well, that's why earlier you saw them go for that nade stack over towards the close wood position, right? And it's difficult to account for exactly what setups are going to be used when. But it helps with conditioning, right? If you're going to throw a couple of those nade stacks to try and blow off players playing on the boost or different peaks that are possible, then you're trying to soften them up and push them into different positions for future rounds. But then it becomes a bit of a mind game. Oh, last round they did the triple nade here, right? And you go, well, I don't think they're going to do it back-to-back rounds, right? There's a bit of calling of the bluff in those situations. Also, it's timing. But we've had quite a few saves already this game, so I hope you all came strapped in for a long un. We're going to use all minute and 55 seconds round after round as it trickles on through, and the second confirmed now for outsiders.
Yeah, they're given to us, so we'll use them.
What do you think that elephant's called?
Nelly.
Ah, of course.
Obviously.
Of course, yeah. Pink trunk. It reminds me of Dumbo. I don't know if everybody at home has seen that movie, but there's quite a curious scene where I think Dumbo's like high.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of sad that we've gotten to the point where Dumbo isn't just, in the fabric of society. I thought everyone was strapped in with Dumbo.
Yeah, I think they're probably into a bit more like Ben 10 these days.
Yeah, or Animal Patrol.
Yeah, that's another one. We need Natu
Paw
on the line here to talk about.
That's what it's called.
Yeah. Well, OJ and Natu, they can tweet on in. Let us know what the kids are watching.
Cocomelon!
I don't know the reference.
I don't know either. I just know that that is apparently what all the kids are on about. And Peppa Pig.
No more Baby Shark.
Oh, yeah, rest in peace.
Well, these retained guns, bolstered again, space taken, similar fashion, 30 seconds bled off the clock, and yet to find action, at least for the complexity's sake. Jame has not found an opener. He is over towards B right now, and JT's been pushing the issue with some very aggressive jaunts, just walking on up, taking fights, making things awkward as more utility now being limped on out as they keep it very, very quiet here on the outside.
A lot of pressure on YEKINDAR's shoulders here, Chad. They've just thrown that lurky smoke. He throws one in response, which will indicate presence back. They're not really buckling too far.
Looks like they want to go for this B explode like they did earlier, right? Because they're staying in forward positions right now, hoping for a re-aggress. YEKINDAR calling a lot clear. Fang might even be hearing a couple of these footsteps right now as the bomb is actually coming over towards A. Roughly 40 seconds on the clock right now, and a site has to be picked. Complexity can't
stay in limbo
surely.
forever. I mean, JT is coming in, making a lot of noise, trying to stay sus, and you can see it's kept feet planted. Hops for long around the smoke. Oh, perfect! The flash, the headshot, Fang into the site, back is turned. YEKINDAR doubles up. Commands respect, running him down with the Glock no less, and Junior should
He needs help.
go down, Flit. And now with 10 seconds, JT's got to get his running shoes on. It's so hard. You've got to clear this corner and plan. He's checking the wrong side.
Whoa.
5 seconds, just enough time to get it down.
Oh, the flank's there. It's all over.
It's all over. Wow, didn't see that rotate coming through. It will be 3 for the outsiders, but yeah, hanging on by a thread there. Jame goes down, nice headshot, but it's the YEKINDAR double that makes things awkward.
Wow, okay. Well, yeah, look, I can see what they're trying to do right now on the complexity side. And I know it looks a little bit odd to see them taking fights on both sides at the same time, but one of the things the outsiders like to do is they want to get ahead of you, right? They want to get ahead of you here and make sure that they've got the lion's share of their bodies at these bomb sites. But if you're staying threatening and making noise at both sites simultaneously, it means that rotation is going to be more drawn out, as we just saw, right? Yeah. If they were able to trade out YEKINDAR there, they would have gotten the bomb down and it could have been their round. But the fact that YEKINDAR got away with 2, this time he gets away with none.
Yeah, and if Jame hadn't have hit that walloping shots, it could have got interesting. Wow, tracks Fang in the flash.
Look at the rotation as well. 2 more bodies over here with Jame. Ready to lock this down over towards the A side of the map.
What's the most optimal fun they can get out of this?
Well, hope that a reaggress like this comes their way.
And Floppy does have the opportunity to trade quite nicely. Doesn't, but does get his frags nicely up to 5. And look at that even kill spread. It's about 3 separating top from bottom for the outsiders here into our 8th. Oh wow, the free aim wasn't bad. Junior knew what was up, but unable to quite connect the dots.
Yeah, it also doesn't feel like they're going to be able to send Junior out in a head-to-head to take on old mate Jame, right? Like, I think that's been one of the biggest critiques here of Complexity is the lack of impact that Junior is able to find. And it's never an easy feat to take on Jame. He's one of the absolute best AWPers in the world, right? Even though his style, not everybody loves it. There's no doubt about his ability.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be a superstar without somewhat of your own game and a defense of it. You know, I fully have maximum respect for Jame and what he has achieved in this game. 4-4, they've tied it all up. Don't forget the strong start out of Cole, but this is T-side Overpass, and you can see the Stream A update there over on that broadcast. You can check out MIBR Astralis. I would be intrigued to see how much MIBR can push them, given Astralis' shortcomings yesterday.
Yeah, look, Astralis, it looked like they fell a little bit flat against Vitality, but it was good to see Vitality playing that level of Counter-Strike with Masuda looking fantastic in the aim department there. Zywoo was well warming into that game. Obviously, a lot on the line the first 2 times that the Danes of the Grim Magic have gone up against their old team since they have joined the French mix. Here we are, the AKs are out, and yeah, Jame just keeps pivoting the post here. He's found Grim, he's found Fang, and now he's found JT. So pick a different scout, find a different round, he'll get you the opener.
Yeah, poor Floppy, he's probably said to JT, mate, they're getting short. You get short for free every round, go check it out, I'll flash for you. Ends up with an AWP bullet to the belly, and now Junior's taking the bomb out into uncharted waters here. Fang. Oh, bit sketchy from YEKINDAR. It's good from Junior to trade, but that man advantage maintained. It could get worse. Hard flick to hit. Jame lucky to get away. 25 back to the site. He will recede.
One of the keys here is once they've identified where that AWP was, they're a little bit slow to take the space off the back of that, right? Like they knew that the AWP was over towards B, and normally they've been stopped behind the AWP at long, and they were not ready to take that space back. So Jame being very versatile right now is putting Complexity in an awkward position. Their reactions, they're not able to be as quick as they'd like because of this early conditioning by his picks and positions. And he only has 6 kills, but the way that he's contributed to these rounds right now that they're winning is huge. 3v4.
This is a setup that is, you know, feast or famine. Like, this can go horribly wrong. If the perfect flash comes in, strike from 2 different angles, Kick It and Buster have got it lined up.
Oh, they have to go. They have to go.
And it's surely one. Nice damage. Junior needed the double, cannot deliver. Instead, it's Kick It still kicking. Big frag. Floppy. A 1 versus 3 becomes 1v2. Jame low. Oh, wow, I like this. I like this a lot. Floppy isolates Jame, catches him off. Flit from the heavens.
Nade's not
going to do anything. Oh, Floppy, huge clutch for Complexity. Reads them, and they weep. Ooh, yo, and gets an AWP for Junior, no less.
Bit of a grin on the face there of Floppy as well. What that play was, you could see there trying to get creative with the old Flit, and that from poor Jame got caught completely off guard. Like Floppy swinging that late in the round, you're just expecting him to try and get the bomb down. That's a 1-on-3 situation from Floppy there. Huge round for him.
But, does he hear the pin, or is he just assuming that Flit's going to close the gap? Because that is quite a ballsy maneuver from Floppy. He had like 7 seconds as he goes for the fake and wide peek. Okay. Wow, he's been given the opportunity.
There he is again.
Again, Floppy's down. It's Jame this time. Oh, racking him up. Double from the underpass. We didn't get to see any of that. Whoa. Fang will find one back. Junior and Fang, 2v4. No fun to be had. Cancelled. Playtime cancelled by Flit.
It's very... The last round was probably the round that has gone the other way after the opening exchange, right?
I'm gonna like make a new rule because of the way this has been playing out with Jame and his damn audacious openings. I think we start with the seedings.
We start with Jame?
We start with Jame.
We start with Jame.
Just so we can see if that's going to happen every round, and maybe we'll get to catch one of them on the broadcast.
He's been very good at just finding the openings now, and that right there from Complexity was investing into Mac 10s, and they wanted to change the pace, but they just get mowed on down. This is back and forth now, the money in the bin for Complexity here. And there's in towards Connector, pops on up in time to chip on into YEKINDAR there, and then Flit and Buster with the mop and bucket just to find the final few. But this should be an eco now. Yeah, it is curious to see. I guess maybe taking stock as well as what the investment is going to be on the other side. Right? Where are they at financially? What are we looking at here? Where's their loss bonus at? Just having a look at all those details. Also, this is still a great opportunity for Outsiders to get 10 on the half here. So it hasn't necessarily been the easiest, but they can still take leaps and bounds ahead of Complexity at this point, and likely that was the conversation, because if they were worried about rifles, Flit would have been dropped across an M4. Kicker has 4.6k, right? They could have definitely afforded him to get a silenced M4 during all of this. So they might send Flit forward here. Might not be Jame going aggressive right now. If they have identified that it is the eco, they might just send the MP9 instead. And it looks like James either setting up the smoke towards B. Yeah, so I don't think we'll be seeing him get stuck into the mix immediately.
Yeah, no stress. Instead, you're going to be seeing that Flit SMG probably get a little bit of a pass, a green light.
Yeah, he's going to get a couple here in Connector, I think.
Unarmored terrorists.
This is the juicy kills.
Nothing quite like it. Oh, and a nade for good measure by JT on your head, son. And maybe even an extra 600 bucks if he can connect. Buster's denied. He wants all the frags. He'll take all 4, 3 of which he was supposed to.
Sorry, mate. I'll take those.
Yeah, well, you poor soul. You know, you had the SMG and you get a bullet to the back of your head from a teammate. But that is 6. You already outlined that you're, I wouldn't call it a prophecy as perhaps a potential, but 10-5 certainly still attainable. There is a full buy out and about, albeit with a couple of missing nades.
This is where Jame, again, his potential positioning could find them an opening. It looks like he's heading back over towards B here in the early stages, and a bit of a change up here.
It's nice, because I suppose as long as Jame is as successfully fragged as he did,
it's boosted here. This is different.
He can just roam and trust YEKINDAR to hold that whole side of the map.
They currently have nobody watching A.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice, right?
The fear of the peak. Yeah, YEKINDAR's done it through the connector. He will not be able to return through party, so there's a huge gap that they are yet to identify or punish from Complexity. Look how far forward he is, and they're already walking back.
Yeah, and you're right. Yet to identify is the biggest issue, because you're still worried about Jame potentially posted up on long right now. And the thing is, he's nowhere to be found. He has rotated back, but he's playing safety net on A site. He has to be cautious as well. Like, it is unknown from both teams, but Outsiders have achieved what they wanted to with that Jame presence.
Outsiders have won 50% of these 6 rounds from a Jame opening, including the 2 from Connector and 2 openings from long. So what, you know, look at their setup. They're going 4B early because they know they've conditioned Complexity to just fear it. Fear him. Fear them. 4-on-4 here. A full commitment. Kicker was great on the dig last time. He had multiple numbers thrown his way. He's just in that off angle. A release of his crouch key would expose the dome. And Floppy is his first victim. JT unable to trade. And again with these multi-kills. Kicker's so cool. He's calm and he has collected 3. 12-5 for him, top of the table. And that should be a very dead Junior. Yeah, you can see his head is on a swivel. He's got multiple angles and multiple opponents closing in. His adversaries remain patient. 15 seconds, Junior. You do want to die, mate.
Yeah, definitely so.
Death
if you think you're safe,
is ideal.
Nope.
Yeah, well, you don't want to. Yeah, okay. Happy with that.
Kicker has to be happy with his performance over towards B. It's been multiple rounds now that he's been able to just shut them on down, or at least attempt to do so here. So great stuff from Kicker in the early stages of this one here.
Oh, there's 3 multi because he had the jail spray down, he just got another double, and he got the Deagle double when he was tested initially. So yeah, every time they've come to his site, he seems to be able to put his name in the feed multiple times.
It's good to have him and Buster just anchoring that side together as well, the two of them working tidily together. Now, it is going to be down to pistols here. Now, if I'm going to be honest, 5 rounds on the T side of Overpass I think is actually quite good. But it's the CT side of Complexity that I think will have some wobbles anyway. And when I say quite good, I mean like par for the course of what we'd expect from those teams. It's just, if Complexity are unable to convert the pistol and get the first gun round going, I do have some worries about this, because individually speaking, Outsiders have been looking tidy.
Yeah,
they've been looking tidy.
Yeah, and I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but Complexity's rounds, the 5 they accrued were through that opening.
Clutches.
And a clutch.
Yeah, the JT clutch. So
and the floppy clutch.
Yeah, okay. Well, as we recount these rounds, it actually does start to seem a little bit bleak, actually.
You know what would change my mind, Chad? A 4v5 with only Deagles.
Okay. Do you want that this round? Or?
Ideally, if they've got it in them.
Well, how do you feel about the YEKINDAR flank?
That flank ruins all of that. Jump in and throw in nades. They will be slightly paranoid about the flank, but charging in, YEKINDAR will likely pick up the pace, and it's flipped. It might pick up the frags. Yep, mowing them down. There's nothing left of them.
Blanked.
Blanked indeed. Not a point of damage dealt to the Outsiders. And 2 more rounds of this defense from them.
Yeah, considering how this started, if it does conclude as a 10-5 half, it's going to feel very deflating for Complexity, but great for Outsiders. Bit of a timeout taken here. TC a chance to get on that microphone and have a bit of a chit-chat, because as far as the buy department goes, this is going to be probably one of their last full buys, right? Max loss bonus in play, sure, but unless they're getting that bomb down.
Yeah, I want to know which police supply store has gloves like that.
Yeah, look, you're not going to be doing your job you're not going to be very camouflaged. You're going to be standing out from the pack.
I don't even know if the criminals and assailants would take you seriously with lime green gloves.
And how do you get, like, what, you walk into, you think the commissioner is going, that's okay?
Yeah, man, no, it matches my knife. It's like, why are you taking a knife, sir? We've got batons. What are you doing? Put the incendiary away.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, we are ready to get back underway. This is a big one for Complexity. You know, we start talking 9-6, we start having the opportunity for the conversation of 7.
Yeah, we're cooking.
It's a real half, and it starts here. We can see a bit of a pace change. Look how quick the nades are already sailing through the sky. Fangin, rather, is going short. Utils to facilitate it, and look at the speed that he has taken short. This first frag, this first engagement is everything. There is good pace behind it, but there is also good players ready to receive. Kick it blind, only for a moment. Smokes defensively. He's locked in the corner, dancing the pillar. Look at the gaps. There's still so many bodies on the site. That's the opening. 2 Fs in the feed. Floppy, Fang, frag. And that should at least facilitate a plant. 6 loops. Jame snipes, but tagged up in the process. 1 just through the corner. Should lead to a round here. He's already on his way out.
Of course he is. This is the one where I want Jam to... Exactly. This is the type of round where I want him to give it a crack. Kicker has 10k. They're going to get the loss bonus of 1,400 into the next, so it's not going to be a lot, but you know what James thinking about, mate.
It can't be. I don't believe he goes to bed with refreshing his KD. He doesn't do that. That's not a thing.
Yeah, look.
It's a thing.
It's probably a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Because why else? Okay, all right, let's build it. He's gone around the world. He wants to do some damage, get a couple of kills, and he will. So this is good. Okay, Jame.
And he might even, we're not going to get fed anymore. But he did go around the world to find 1 more and survive. So it's better for the KD.
And he picked up an AK for one of his teammates. So there you go. So he spoke too soon.
Yeah, you have to see how that 4D chess has played in his brain. It's got plenty of cash and an AK-47 for the CT side that's otherwise unpurchasable. So a nice play out from Jame. We've got to give him patience, got to trust the process.
Yeah, well, it does take a while to turn water into wine. So give him a moment or 2.
Yeah, not for Jesus. He can do it in a moment. That was what you were doing. You were doing a Jesus reference, weren't you? Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just cogs are turning.
No, it's
cogs
okay.
Are turning.
It's all right.
Now. All right, well, we got the 6. Let's see if that potential 7 we discussed is even up for debate. Those opening kills from Jame were a problem. YEKINDAR taking a fight over towards the fountain. No one home just yet.
They would have scale A right now, right? It's changed. The Puppet Master initially was Outsiders with James or picks pulling them. Oh, this nades, that could be nice.
He just left. Kick it. Safe and sound from the double nade. Could have been his demise. Instead, lives on. Healthy as can be.
Hard clear for Fang here.
Very hard clear. He has got Junior. This could go one of two ways. That's the bomb. This could be the whole round. Fang either has to respond to Junior's...
Junior's not aware. He's not ready for this at all.
And yeah, Fang needed that. The round is at least still up for debate.
Yeah, nobody's close enough here to try and lock down the bomb, but doesn't matter. Buster forward, Grim down, more aggression coming, and Buster wants it all. JT on the trade. It's a 2-on-2.
Yeah, this gets interesting. The bomb will scoop back and head back to B. JT got to call the shots here. Information hasn't been flowing. Safe assumption 1-1 split. Jame happy to take an extended line.
No way Fang's ready for this, Alex.
He can if he gets across. James giving it up. A rarity. A little bit of a misplay. And now it's up to Flit. He's got to get his socks pulled up and rotate. The flashes will be very indicative of where he's coming from.
They got no idea. They're looking the wrong way.
Oh no! Oh, Fang pulls it across the line.
Wow.
That was a bare bones pull out of nowhere. We do see Complexity close the gap to an 8-7 half.
A good half, okay?
Yeah.
But 10-5 would have been a great half for Outsiders. An 8-7 is a great half for Complexity here. If they can get themselves into this pistol round, they are starting to grab some control of this game. And positively speaking, in those last few rounds, the individuals started to step up with some good moments. We had the JT clutch. That was more about time. We had the floppy clutch. That was more about aim. And then you see Fang on some good trades, JT doing the same. Individuals starting to whir and get involved into the game. I even like the pep in their step to take a bit more aggression. They're putting Outsiders under the pump here. But now they trickle on over towards this T side and to start throwing a couple of rounds on the board of their own. The buy's coming on in. Jame has a smoke and a molly, smoke and a flash for Flit.
Can we try and play the game of identifying exactly what Outsiders are theory crafting with this T pistol? We'll see what they shape it up with and see what their ideas look like. But they have got two smokes on this T pistol. Junior has a cursory glance and does get spotted out.
I think default heavy early, allow Buster to work because the USPs want to take these type of fights. But Floppy is fully committed here, Alex. He will have to take Jules. There's no way out.
Is YEKINDAR going to consider it? Yes, and a nice push does finish the job. Floppy does not voice too much of a concern. 50 damage dealt. Junior responsible for a lot here. He's not calling for backup, and that should be enough. That should be enough. If he goes for a repeat, he's being run down. A great flash.
Needs one.
Hard shots. Doesn't hit any of them. YEKINDAR's being whittled away at. Nice shooting out of JT. And another duel. Buster's now met his maker, and we've got a 4v3. It did kind of fall apart there. They're going to have to readdress, reshape, back to toilets.
That's all on JT. That flash, that set that up there has given Junior a second lead to life right here, but they're clawing on through the bathrooms. They still have this utility right now for an execute on towards the site, and that flash of JT's already been used, so now they're just going to need to do it with bullets and bodies alone. They've taken a bit more of a passive stance. They've given up a lot of space over towards this site, and actually, Outsiders are giving up a lot of time. They're trying to get this P250 and a USP, so upgrading their pistols, but time, biggest worry right now, definitely the biggest issue. 30 seconds, where are they going?
Complexity are asking the same thing. I mean, they've just left Junior jumping for info, and oh, there you go, get some.
Well, it has to be A now, surely, 20 seconds.
Someone needs to start to rotate. The smoke towards the bin will bloom. Junior needs one. Smoke bank, full util dump. This has to be it. 10 seconds, lads. Flit's just got the headshot. Oh, and Kick It gets another. They're doing it with 1 second to spare. Flit punching in the digits. Grim can't finish Flit, and now a 2-on-2 established. They do have the kit around the site. JT died with it. Flit dancing Optimus does meet his maker in Fang. Jame now looking to go 1v2. Kit retrieved. Tickle on that. Jame knows they don't have the kit across. Grim does get across now with it. Established and peeking. Oh no, he's isolated. The Jame! And Jame comes up clutch for the Outsiders. They turn that man disadvantage around. And they take it. 9 on the board.
Classic Outsiders. Classic Outsiders. 30 seconds left on the clock. There's no indication of what bomb site they're going to hit. They call for a late round execute in a number disadvantage situation and hit the necessary shots. It's like as the time gets lower, they get a buff.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, yeah, okay, well, this is crunch time. This is do or die. And this is where Outsiders get across the line, taking those fights. And that is massive. You can see Dustar knows what that means. A huge round to win for Jame right there.
Yeah, they are warriors. They are. And they make us worry for sure as well. But they just have such a cool head on their shoulders.
I can't believe that they wanted to take that fight as well against Jame instead of trying to tap and just defuse the bomb and draw him out wider. Right? That was a curious one right there.
The advantage is on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he has to. He's hearing that sound and he doesn't have answers. That's on him to go hunting. But yeah.
Even if with Grim, right, you were right. They didn't know the kit was there. But once the bomb gets tapped, right, if Grim doesn't peek, right, and hides, well, Jame has to go and to the bomb.
Investigate.
Right? So even if they didn't have to sit the bomb, but they could have tried to call the bluff and at least draw him into the fight. But, you know, I don't know if they overplayed the situation, but Jame won it outright. They're big round for him to win.
I think it's easy to get flustered as well when you're up against Jame in those clutches.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. Bit of proactivity from our CTs. You can see full short control, and Grim's going to get into that powerful angle, but they've completely left the site open, and look how quickly outsiders are in. Kicker is the one to lead them straight through, and so early with full control of it. Buster's even got the monster covered. What are you supposed to do? It's a full role reversal. Look at this.
Yeah, I think get through connector and save, because this one here is not going to go easy whatsoever.
Kicker's going to be ready for you. Watch how quick this goes down.
Another heaven smoke too.
Oh, do you just go again? I think you might be onto something, Chad. Everyone's getting out of there. Wow, that is the easiest round of Counter-Strike that the outsiders will get to play. They walk in, Kickert is screaming, no one home, lads. Absolutely no one.
They condemn them to the sewer position, Raz. Like, yeah, that's fine. We don't plant there. That's not a bomb site. You can actually have that territory for free. Don't worry about it, guys. And we will grab 10 now. It wasn't in the first half, but outsiders with this pistol and conversion. This is similar scenes to how the first half went. Remember, Complexity picked up the pistol. Then the second round, it was just one kill onto YEKINDAR. It was a full save for everybody else on outsiders. And then they had a double dip attempt, which was actually very potent. Remember how much damage they were able to do. They took away all the rifles from Complexity in the third round of that first half. Let's see if Complexity can put their dugs in the right place this time round to find a bit more impact. You may as well give it a crack, knowing you will be getting the guns out in the following.
All right. Another second attempt at this half buy.
We'll forget about the last.
We're just here. We'll have another go. Oh, JT, he's holding that keyboard. Even though he was flashed, maybe Buster will not be accounting for it. Good chance, good headshot. It will do. But it is unfortunate that they still leave with that man disadvantage. Complexity already down in the dumps. All outsiders have to do now is regroup, trade efficiently, use that numbers advantage, and commit to the site before the clock reaches 0.
And look at all the util right now. Actually, the key point of what you just said there is the clock reaching 0. So we are going to sit back and wait for some time. This is just classic for outsiders here. They are trying to avoid the risk, right? By pushing in, there could be some gaps, and you see they're trying to account for all those gaps right now by turtling up and hoping that an info play from the CTs comes their way. Bit of an indication now that there still are some members leering out towards the backyard, some util up and over the top.
I'd even argue that's just them being diligent to try and see if there's a single smoke left. You know, like, have you got anything that could screw us up?
And now they can just walk on in.
But still quite disconnected. So Kicker, look, he's willing to take this kind of on his own. YEKINDAR is in tow.
I do love this position he's found himself in, though, because once the util is already in the sky and they've noted he's already in their face. So as long as Fang doesn't blow his head off here, Kicker should be in.
And Grim does nothing. Only the one from the Deeg of Fang. It's a floppy clutch. He's had one. He's had his fill.
We talk about the clock running out. Look at this, 19 seconds. Bomb still yet to be planted.
They're like pinging it. Where is it? Okay.
Bomb has been planted.
They actually don't know where he is. There is a little bit of doubt here, and oh, there's the warning shot. Certainty is found, and so is the frag. So 11 for outsiders. Starting to get ever closer to that 16, but it's a T start that's looking very, very threatening. Gonna have to see some evidence from Complexity here. I mean, Overpass is the map for CT aggressive maneuvers. That time, of course, with the pistols doesn't quite work out. Buster dealing with them comfortably.
I'm just curious, can you call upon Junior to find those opening kills like you saw from Jame in the first half? Well, you need to.
Yeah, you need to. He needs to, for sure.
That's the job of the CT Opera on a map like this.
You've got so many options. It's one of my favorite maps to just get to run around. You get to call your own shots, especially facilitated by some teammates. You can see Junior and JT. This is the setup. JT more so than that of Junior, but Buster's being loud about this playground play, and the smoke Util dump from JT.
Oh!
Oh, that's horrible. He did so much to ensure safe passage out of party and still loses his head.
That's wild. He's so worried about that Buster jump up there. You can see on the slide, just looking for exactly that information. Then the panic of the Util to get out, blindsided in the side of the head. And now, yeah, there it is. Okay, Junior doing exactly what he has to do, but this is the difference. Complexity didn't feel the feed after the long kill, getting aggressive towards B. Floppy's found kick it, and this is going to send outsiders towards A, surely.
This is all on Flit. It rides on Flit here. If YEKINDAR's going to... Oh, nice wallbang connection. Finished by Grim. It is Flit finding space, though. Now the bomb's still in limbo, and Jame connects onto Junior. It keeps him so much guessing, and that's the one to determine it. Jame in a clutch. They're not going to surely give it up again. It's the same two. Grim and Fang, they gave up the pistol clutch, and now Jame again disrupts the pair. Isolates the duel, and Grim v Jame.
Ahead of it.
Ahead of the Flames. That's actually lovely for the play, and with such low HP, Grim will profit. Not going to fall foul twice to that Jame 1 versus 2. Compulsory 8th now on the board for Cole.
And good stuff from Junior, right? He found the kill he had to. JT there, a bit unfortunate in his death. We were still talking about that, this one right here. But a great fight from Junior. The wall bang was great. This was very, very tidy out of Floppy there at range. But a good biff, a back and forth round here. It wasn't even kills in a linear fashion. They were all across the map. It wasn't just a site take. And both teams reacting to the information coming their way. So a very proactive round from both.
But I do, and I don't, it's easy for us as commentators to read too much into pauses. But I mean, just seeing outsiders, this is a best of 1. It's a competitive scoreline, and they have used 3 timeouts already. I think, if anything, this is just a reminder of the amount of pressure on the players' shoulders, you know, the expectations they have of themselves, the expectations they have from their teammates and their coach. It is going to be something that they are feeling, just knowing that this is, you know, this is potentially going to put you in the best of 3s for elimination.
Yeah, my philosophy has always been, and when I say always been, not when I was a player, since I've moved onto this side of the screen, that if you have the 4 timeouts, why not take them, right?
Yeah.
Like, you may as well use them, right? Of course, you want to save them if things get dire, but if things are starting, you're 5-0 down, you're 6-0 down, take a timeout, have a breather. Yeah. Even if you think that the game plan hasn't had a chance to marinate yet, give yourself a 30-second breather.
I can't imagine it's much more frustrating than losing a 16-8 and realizing you had 4 timeouts.
Yeah, exactly. It can be...
it happens too quick,
just a conference, right? Just a bit of a chat. But this buy right now from Complexity, sure, they saved the AWP, but light on is Floppy, famous for him. JT down to an MP9. If they can hold on to this round, they can claw themselves back into this half here. Otherwise, outsiders are going to take a bit more of a commanding lead. Oh, flashed off. YEKINDAR's actually just dipped straight down towards Connector.
He used that flash just to get through. Perhaps the element of surprise, there's no CT that's going to be particularly punished for it, but this setup, Grim and JT, it definitely looks like it has the potential to really disrupt anything they try towards toilets.
The problem is Buster's pass. Now, if they want to rotate down to try and go fast connector, Buster will punish this.
Oh, that was really not far off, and good from JT to activate. Gets the info on Buster as well, so not only taking out YEKINDAR. Oh,
they won't expect a second here, especially they saw Junior.
Oh, huge advantage. The Shadow betrays Buster entirely, and now Flit has to commit elsewhere. They are setting sights on B, and at the moment, an isolated defender resides. It's Floppy. Fang has provided some overwatch from heaven. Smoke. Fang spotted. Information exchange, and they will actually choose to back away with 25 seconds left. This is going to be a classic outsiders here.
Yeah, could be a save or could be a 3-man through monster play here.
With 2 flashes now. It's all onto James flashes. In. 10. Push. And 1 from Floppy. Fang has saved them. That's enough. And that will close this gap. You were talking about it, Chad, but we will go again. This looks like it's going to go the full 30.
Yeah, classic. It's going to be classic here to see this approach, and you'll understand exactly what James is doing. If they're going to get the kills, he'll follow on through, and he can come in late with that AWP. It's about clearing a house on that bomb site there. But that was a nice bit of a gamble to play 3 towards A from Complexity there, right? And JT's second push, it felt a little bit desperate, but in hindsight, it actually lured them in. You could see Buster there not ready for a second man because Junior had already been identified towards the divider position with that AWP. So really good stuff. And now Complexity get back into a full buy just against this saved AWP. And I say just, we need to give it a bit more respect because if Jame can continue to find openings here, he's been great on the CT side with it, running through the flames, risking this for a quick maneuver.
I do love it when Jame risks it for a biscuit. He's already got himself through the flames, posts up on long for any aggressive CTs. But of course, with the context and the understanding of your opponent's economy, you probably, this is the round you do want to cage yourselves a little bit.
Yeah, try not to lose 3 kills, right? If 2 people go down, that's okay, right? It's going to still put you in that buffer zone. Kicker is also, like, it doesn't look like he's doing a lot, but he can call out sound cues, he can call out smokes. He's just a bit more of an information gatherer here. Junior, you need to be very careful right now, mate.
He's sticking around with audacity on this kid, and he gets tagged up on the retreat. God, Jame is really not far off the mark on every pot shot.
They're going to scale long quickly. They know the AWP was in front bathrooms and has to hightail it back leg, so they can take a lot of space right now over towards A and set Jame up for a site pick.
Fang is going to have to do something to slow them down. Now, at the 50-second mark, if he can just wait an extra 10 and get that smoke long, he will be feeling very confident. Flashes to keep the feet planted. Jame, the only real contributor. What am I saying? YEKINDAR's dig is in play, and it works wonders.
Buster's in his favorite spot as well, pushed all the way up long here.
Yeah, and it's a hard clear. You have to go really wide to get that information, and you get... Oh, he's been spotted out, and will just get run on down, but there's no one else home. JT is screaming right now, ringing the alarm bells. Get ready on A. A retrieved weapon, an AK now in play as well. Flip will have the Kevlar to make this a real threat. And Fang, oh, he's going to go down. It's YEKINDAR again on the dig, doing what he does best. Another miss from Junior, and that is the end of that.
This is a terrible round to lose.
Oh, wow. They had one weapon, Chad. 2 pistols. Floppy's only got the one. JT, can you be the hero? Baby. He's got to long problems now. And, yeah, you've got the kit. You haven't really got the hope. Both playing the passive lines. You're not going to get these fights, JT. Jame communicating up a storm as well. It'll be Flip first contact, likely. Fires off a warning shot. Flip will walk on up. Wait for the second. James happy to get this information and just take the head-to-head. Yeah, complexity. That one might be a timeout. Just take 30 seconds just to discuss where that things went wrong, because that one is inexcusable in a best of one.
Yeah, you can't lose that. That right there is probably the map, to be quite honest with you. To lose a round like this, considering the circumstances of a saved AWP and 2 deagles. That was literally it. And it all started off with Junior getting leg shot in the bathrooms, hanging around, right? What did we see Jame do when they knew they were up against the eco on the other side? He was playing much more of a passive position with the AWP. Junior was on his own in an aggressive position, unable to really get away with a lot right there. And this is going to be them in the bin right now, as Outsiders will take their 4th and final timeout here. It is going to be the buyback in from Complexity. This is them going all in. This is the shove of the chips into the center of the table. And what they have to offer is 3 flashes and a smoke for the defense. So they need to get it and find fights. They need to make sure that they can be active for these duels.
And again, unfortunately, the win condition is Junior does something flamboyant and aggressive, finds an opening kill in the same way we saw Jame win 4 rounds off 4 openings.
Precisely.
We need that from Junior. That is compulsory. If you want to see a 10th, if you want to get back into this half, if you want to recover from that... for lack of a better word, embarrassing last round.
Look how good it is right now for Outsiders here. 17 Jame on the high end, but the low end's Flip with 13. Everybody else is in between, so it's quite the team effort to pull them to this 12-round scoreline right here, right now from Outsiders, and they're continuing to put the punishment down range. Now, we saw this before on a force buy round. They get this space, sure, but what are you going to do with it?
Nice angle. Suboptimal result.
Yeah, that was a dry swing around the corner as well. Like, it hurts, but when you're comparing the two and the impact that was found, you can see where the holes are.
Oh, crosshair was bang on. Floppy does duck under the YEKINDAR hunt. I'd be giving up on that as well. Yeah, okay. Time to reposition, rejig, and a nice flash push. That is going to change the pace. A man advantage seized by virtue of Floppy and JT.
Look at the bomb on Jame just pivoting all the way back. They're worried about this territory they've conceded through connector here. So, of course, they're going to buy it all the time. Patience is a virtue. That's the Outsiders slogan. And the bomb might even head over back towards B. They have all this forward presence towards bathrooms, right? So they know that it is likely Complexity are tucked in more passively towards the site. And as Flit, the point man, clears out over towards this B side of the map, they still have enough utility to regather, regroup, and go for a bit of a set piece wherever they want. Outsiders and trying to get ahead of it. Complexity rotating back across the world. This would be one way to get yourself back in a light buy victory of your own.
And this one's not going to be dry. Junior, cooked, medium, well done.
It's going to force the rotation as well back on over. They're going B. They kill him to Junior like, it means nothing.
Yeah, at least Fang is kicking up a storm, and with 10 seconds, if he could do one more, that bomb may not go down. This round is just hanging on this defuse. One headshot, it does it, and that should be it. JT just needs to survive. He's taken the fight. What happened? Oh, there must have been a second on it. I swear to God, it was like 7 as they're planting. Another red face for Cole. 5 tomatoes in blue jerseys.
Oh no.
The comms just aren't there, are they?
Oh no. That one, if the loss to the pistols didn't hurt, the pistol and the AWP round didn't hurt enough, that one definitely will.
Or the misplayed 1v2, yeah, on the first. There's a couple that you can point at in that demo review that just hurt. I need to see the time on that. I'll watch that one back afterwards. Let's see if there's any life left in Cole, because it would be... it's a mammoth task to kind of reset your mental after what these guys have had to stomach.
Yeah, it's not like they haven't had opportunities here. Not able to connect the dots in this one, and now one at a time, getting picked on up. The 14th round from Outsiders, more than in their grasp. Junior, Floppy, Fang, hoping to get anything done. Flash over the top, lines on up. Junior goes down, YEKINDAR forward now. The flash work is perfect. The corner clearing maybe not so much. It's going to give Fang a chance, but YEKINDAR says no, no, no. And it's just Floppy. A man who's been tidy in the clutch, but in a one-on-five with just a Deagle would have to do something otherworldly right here. That's a nice shot to kick off proceedings, but the bomb now can just go over towards B. You need to find some more, and quickly. Couple more warning shots in the direction here of Jame. And he's worried about here, there, and everywhere. Poor Floppy. The bomb has gone down. The 40 seconds has begun, and if he doesn't start fighting his way out now, then... well, we know which way this one's going. There it is, 14 confirmed. This one really does feel like it's just simmered on out now. A competitive first half. 8-7 scores on the doors. Opportunities here within the second. Complexity just dropping the ball in too many occasions. Will take their third timeout of the 4. Give Outsiders an opportunity now to have Dust Done, have a bit of a chit-chat and chip on in.
And TC as well just probably has to whip out the joke book, you know, get a giggle out
try
of
and lift the morale somehow. Yeah. Just feels hollow now, doesn't it? Because it could have been quite a heated up match, right? You consider complexity. Yeah, if they won that round against the saved AWP, then go into the next. It's a it's a back. They're starting to establish an economy here. It's really just you can see this.
Yeah, a vacuum
winding
formed
road.
in the second half. I think you have to start looking at I mean, 2 names. It's Grim and it's Fang. In terms of a realistic turnaround, these lads just have to just have the leash loosened. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister.
Yeah, have that leash loosened. There we go.
We should know a lot about that.
Yeah, we certainly should with our recent escapades. It's awoken something in both of us.
And the internet, apparently.
And the internet. I'm proud. Now then. Round 24. Where were you when Complexity was killed?
They'll be down in the 1-2 column, and sure, the best of 3s will start to ensue from here, and we need to see what the matchups are going to look like for them, but it is going to be quite the mountain to climb here.
Ooh, just a nice little off angle for that junior peak that was last round.
And now he's over towards Long on the flower pot here. Now, we did see him find success from this position. Let's see if a kill comes his way. Right now, it's very static from Outsiders. No need to really get ahead of yourselves. And they're super diligent, right? A lot of teams, if they played this slow, you would just lock them out late. But Outsiders just have this ability to be able to break on through in the last 20 seconds. And if you haven't heard us say it enough, it really needs to be stated, because this playstyle that they have, you're not getting away with all the crazy business early. But when it kicks on off, they just smash down the door, and there it is. Kick it in.
Yeah, suddenly you have to react with their pace that they set. Again, YEKINDAR trades. It's up to Grim now. Fang with only the one to contribute. The flames are coming. He's blind. He's going to be burning. It's a bit wide, and it enables a chance. Grim shy. It's just YEKINDAR now. He's got himself 2 on the entry. A lovely pop flash denies and enables the cross. And yeah, this is them crossing the T's, dotting the I's. A nice denial through the box. At least extends play. Junior would have to do that again as the bomb gets retrieved now. You got it again onto Flit. One more of those.
Oh, Buster's calling this out.
No more of those? No.
No more of those here, I think. As Buster, do you want to knife him?
I don't know if that's a...
Oh, not on the menu here today. He turned, he's spotted, but he is dead. Jame finishes it off 15 now. One more for Outsiders, and 2,900 as the loss bonus. This one should be all over Red Rover.
Okay. Boys from Complexity get one last opportunity. Until the last opportunity tomorrow. But last opportunity in this game, of course, 1-1.
I just wouldn't want to watch this VOD back.
Oh, no.
Because it's mistakes that you know that you made
I mean,
and how you made them.
What are you supposed to, you know, the takeaways are, so you knew you did that wasn't great, and then you go, yeah, and then you kind of finish the demo review.
Yep, okay.
All right, not much to learn or take away. If anything, you could probably just learn about the Outsiders default and maybe try and steal a little bit of the nuggets that you like.
Well, they've gone for the sewer aggression again. James plucked off one. His opening kill category must be brimming right now. He's had a great game of things, old Jame. Up to 23 kills. Only died 5 times. So making sure he's keeping that stat line exactly how it should look for
Yeah, immaculate.
the Jame time.
Big win, and JT does. Okay, and now with Floppy and Grim established in the crossfire, you are going to see some more damage dealt by JT. They're getting a bit horny, pushing through. Kicker allowed to punish another. Floppy, however, keeps us interested. Look at this kind of ships in the night scenario. Junior up long.
Could catch Jame on the way back, but Buster's ready. More than ready.
Buster's job is to check this. Oh, it works so well.
Good night, Sweet Prince.
So well. Junior just not anticipating that. They're so ready for it.
And they can pick either site here. Floppy has to stay quiet on this rotation, otherwise he gives up the position. They're just cascading into the site very quickly. James been dropped the bomb. Buster's going to fortify the site. And I think Floppy might just try and push through on a timing here. Yeah, that'll be it. Buster takes him down. Easy as you like, 16-9. And Outsiders get it done. They put themselves in the 2-1 category right now. So this is great. One more game away from locking this team into the Legends category, and a team that I think we'd love to see going up against the Cloud9s, the Heroics, the Na'Vis of the world right here on what could be their last hurrah. But regardless, a good CS today. Should be some smiles on the faces. They played a clean game.